You are qualified to share your story. You are enough. You can make a difference. Your story matters. Go frickin' share it. Welcome to Egg's Most Okayest Farm Girls. I'm Annaliese.
And I'm Courtney. Grab a drink. We're here to help. Got a yawn.
Oh, get those yawns out.
No, it's stuck.
It's stuck? She's covering her head.
Get it out now. Fuck. Anyways, I'm sorry.
You work on that yawn. I'll welcome everybody to the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Oh my gosh. Today we are going to talk about how the internet is loud AF, but you should share your story anyways. But before we even get into that, it looks like Courtney got her yawn out. So yay.
Oh, I panicked. You hit record and I see the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was trying to get it out before it hit 1 and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you can't force them yawns, you know. They got to come at their own time.
Yeah, you got to let it ride out.
Let it ride out. Anywho, okay. Sharing your story, even though I feel like social media these days feels like Times Square. It is so congested. There are so many voices. And I know you and I have been like, why are we even doing this? Like, is anybody still looking at us? Where are you people? And one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this was also because I got this very question from someone at a conference I was speaking at. They're like, you know, you always say share your story. And it seems that when you're sharing your story, you have to lead with yourself and lead with trust and just being authentic. But at some point, how do we like really get the facts and the messages across when there's so many people sharing things?
Yeah, and a lot of times they're contradicting each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times is people are worried about educating, but you can say a lot without actually saying it. Like just by showing people in your videos, like how you're interacting with your animals, like that says a lot about you as a farmer.
Exactly. And that's kind of what I like to speak about is when I first started sharing my egg story, I did think that I had to share facts and bust myths. And that's like a lot of what my content was. But the more I shared and the more I started sharing about my personal life and other things, the more I realized that's a better way to make a connection. Like people don't connect with information, people connect with people. And just being my normal self and showing the muddy boots and the cows in the pasture and just the life stuff is going to open up the door for people to be like, oh, well, if I have a question about dairy farming, obviously I'm going to go to this broad I follow because I know her and she dairy farms.
Right. And I've seen her operation and I like the way she's doing things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess the point of what we're going to chat about is you still got to share your story. And when we say share your story, today will probably be social media heavy, but reminder, there are so many ways to share your story. And it does not have to be speaking in front of a group of people. It doesn't have to be a podcast. It doesn't have to be on social media. Host a tour, work with groups, work with the youth, serve on a town board. There's so many ways to do it. But you need to know that you have a unique perspective and the ability to make an impact. And I think it really takes all of us in agriculture, whether you are on the farm or have an off the farm job, no matter what your tie is to agriculture, you should speak about it. Because most people are 3 to 4 generations removed from the farm. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like growing up, just about everybody we knew at least had a grandparent that used to farm. And that is no longer the case. So people, they don't freaking know where their food comes from. They don't know what farmers are doing. And if we don't share our own story, then all of these other loud voices in social media, these fitness gurus using quotation marks here, who think they know it all, are going to tell people what's up about their food, and they actually don't have a freaking clue.
Right. They need to hear it from us, directly from us, and see it.
Yeah. So You got to share your story. You got to have a presence, but you can balance the life and the information. Too many people are scared to put themselves out there because they think they have to be an expert. They think they have to know everything, or vice versa. They're too scared to share their personal stuff or who they are that they're just hiding behind the facts.
I think one of the most important things I learned was you don't actually have to be an expert on anything. Like, if you don't know something, you don't have to have an opinion about it.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you stick to what you know, then you'll be just fine. I know a lot of people are worried about like backlash if they say the wrong thing, but if you truly believe in, like, if you stick to what you know, then you shouldn't be afraid to say it.
Yeah. And let's face it, guys, you know your own life. You know your operation. You know your day to day. And that's what sharing your story looks like. It's all of that. And you lead with that, you build the trust. And then when you do slip in those facts, people are going to be more apt to like receive it because that trust is there. So I don't know. It's interesting though. I had posted about this, I don't know, a couple years ago, just saying like, hey, hearts aren't changed through stats and facts. Hearts are changed through trust and relationships. And another egg influencer had reached out to me kind of disagreeing, saying like, well, because she was a lawyer or is a lawyer. She practices egg law. So she shares a lot of facts and science. And I was like, but that works for you because of what you do and what your background is. If I was doing that, it would not hit because it is not my area of expertise. Like I can't be sharing stuff like that. It's not my background. I can share what life is like on the dairy farm.
Right.
And I think that's just what I want people to realize when they're sharing their story. It's just being a human and sharing what you do know.
I totally agree. I think one of the things I was always so afraid of like speaking, and I don't know if I think you said this one time, is someone said it, is speaking is just storytelling. And once I thought of it that way, I'm like, oh, I never thought about that. I thought I had to like be educating. Again, I thought I had to get up there and educate. And it's like, no, you can just share. It's storytelling. It's sharing your experiences with the world.
And one cool thing about social media right now is that's the direction it's going. People like a story. They don't want just a fact. They don't want to just be helped. They don't want information. So if you can share a story, there's always going to be some underlying message in that story, right? Like that's how you're promoting agriculture, is just sharing your life, man.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You don't have to post infographics. You don't have to debate with the vegans. You don't have to defend your entire industry daily. And I think that's a struggle too, especially when people are just starting their journey. I think they maybe are coming from a place of like, I got to do something. I got to defend, this industry, blah, 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 which I think we even kind of just said. Everybody's 3 to 4 generations removed from agriculture. We got to do something about it, And when you come from that place, I think you're coming from almost a negative place. Like, I'm going to put this in your face. You're going to see what I share and you're going to believe it and you're going to like agriculture. That's not how it works. Like, catch more flies with sugar. Just be kind. Share your why you love it, what it is you do. Share, I don't know, the lifestyle. Share what your day-to-day looks like. We said the muddy boots, the cow kisses, the good, the bad, the ugly. That's the stuff that people are going to resonate with.
Right. I remember starting to share my story in 2019. I didn't have an agricultural background at all. And I just learned from everybody else at the same time. And I don't know, that's what makes social media so great, is I was able to learn while I was in it.
Yeah. I think another reason people are hesitant is they think in order to make an impact, they have to have 100,000 followers. And it's like, like you could make an impact with 20 followers, 500 followers, whatever that looks like. You're not going to change the world, but if you can change the world for one person, that's huge. And if everybody in agriculture steps up and shares in some form, then we're making an impact. We're reaching more people.
I love those posts that are like, they actually show your audience size. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
where you'll look at your followers and be like, well, maybe you have 1,000 followers. You're like, well, that's not very much. But if you actually looked at a group of 1,000 people, that's a lot of people. And if like 200 people like your post, that's 200 people, 200 bodies and minds.
Imagine 200 people giving you a thumbs up in one day.
In real life. Yeah.
I would be ecstatic. I would be like, I am the belle of the ball. Like, all these thumbs ups I just got.
Exactly.
That is huge.
Yeah, so you don't need to have a huge following to make a difference.
No. And you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know it all. You just have to share because, like I said, if we don't, these wackadoodles like that guy, what was that guy that ate the raw meat, the raw fermented meat?
Yes, what was his name?
Want people
Scott
following?
That was his name.
Lives. But now we're pretty sure Scott is dead.
Yeah, Scott's page disappeared a long time ago. We had a good run. I was giving you guys like updates like in 3 of our episodes in a row, and then all of a sudden his account disappeared, and I was like, well, now what am I going to talk about? Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it. What do you feel like when you're creating content, or I guess sharing your story in so many ways, because not only do you do it on social media, but you have Ranch and Root where you are connecting people directly to a farmer. I guess when it comes to sharing your story, like what sort of things do you focus on when you're sharing, or what's your core message you want people to know?
I didn't set out intentionally on doing this, but one of the things I'm really proud of is customers come into Ranch and Root and they say, well, I love seeing how you treat your animals, because I didn't know. Like, I didn't know farmers actually respected their animal, and like most of them are animal lovers. Like, I just didn't know that. I thought it was all for profit, because that's kind of what culture and society has taught the public, is that we're just like after the money. And it's like, no, we're poor, you guys. We're not in this for money. Are you kidding?
No. Right? We're not getting anything.
I fucking love animals. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I am very proud to hear customers come in and be like, I love supporting you. I love the way you treat animals. And I love showing that to the world. Yeah.
I think that's a good reminder, too, that I think we forget just how much people don't know or understand. Like, we assume people think we're doing the best out here and that we're caring for our animals. And we assume everybody knows the bare minimum, and it's clear that they don't. And so just showing that can be a game changer for someone. You know, like, that's a place to start.
Like, people don't know what they don't know. Like, when you're raised in a city or a suburb.
Yeah.
Like, when growing up, I didn't know shit about agriculture.
And I think as farmers, we're so ingrained in the everyday that we forget people don't know this stuff. So it's important to share your story.
It is. And don't forget, too, that some of the conversation can happen in the comments. So, like, you don't have to spew facts in the reel. I've had lots of side conversations where people will be like, oh, I saw you doing that. Why did you do that way? Like, drawing blood. Why do you draw blood from the tail? Like, why do you do that? And then I can, have a conversation there as well.
Right. I think all we have to do as farmers and advocates is open the door for people to ask questions, to understand that consumers aren't the enemy. They just don't know a lot. And it's up to us to open that door and invite conversations. And so when you talk about all the things that is your life and not just farming, you're going to attract more people to the conversation. Because let's be honest, like, I think that's one of the biggest things advocates struggle with is reaching people outside of the farm community. Because I feel most of my followers are probably fellow rural women. And it's like, how do we reach those people in the cities? Well, we have to talk about things other than farming. We have to pull them in with our fitness routine or recipes or skincare or whatever the hell else you're into. You bring them in for that. You slip in your farm content, and suddenly somebody who didn't know a farmer now does.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think about like our mount customers, and a lot of them actually don't have an agricultural background. Like they love the looks of a longhorn mount.
Yeah.
I just find that interesting that like my audience is not just one group of people. It's like everybody from every walk of life.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Because now they bought a mount, but now they also understand where their meat comes from.
Right? And the backstory and how we treat our animals and just the lifestyle.
Yeah. I feel like farmers forget that we almost, to add to the many hats we already wear, we also have to be marketers. And if you don't have a background in marketing, this might seem tricky, but like to sell anything, trust has to be there first. So you have to share the story. You have to paint the picture. You have to show where it comes from, who you are, what you're into. And then people are going to buy whatever you're selling, whether that's a story, a message, a product. But you got to start there.
Right? That's so true. Like, if I'm just in the market for like tallow lotion or whatever, tallow balm, like I'm going to buy from someone I know over any other company. Like someone that I watch on Instagram and I know your life and I know kind of who you are.
It's like, I want to support you. I was just like thinking about the Olympics. I did not watch much of the Olympics. It's hard for me to get into it. But I did watch the speed skater from Wisconsin because I caught this whole story about him and how he started speed skating on his family's pond and how he got where he was today. Because of that backstory, I was way more excited to watch him perform in the Olympics. I was like, this is great. I hope he wins. Like, I'm cheering for him now because I know where he came from.
Right.
So
that's it right there, folks.
That's it right there.
People want to know your backstory.
Yeah. They want to know the stupid stuff. Like just last night, I posted myself out in 25-degree weather in my shit clothes, cooking fajitas on the Blackstone, rocking out to Casey Musgraves. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so dumb, but I had just enough margaritas. I posted it anyway. And the feedback I've gotten on that has been so nice. People are like, oh, I can relate to this. This is the dream. Thanks for showing real life. Like, don't overthink it, guys. Just post the dumb, boring stuff in your life because someone's going to appreciate it.
It's so interesting because it's so different than like you and I growing up. Marketing was completely different. Like you saw commercials, everything was perfect looking and professional. And then nowadays, like I'm out here acting a fool just to sell our beef and our mouse.
Right.
And people appreciate it.
They
and you
do.
get good positive feedback.
You do. It also, we have to say, like, it does take time and it does take consistency. Like, if you are just starting today and you're like, I don't know what to post, nobody's following me, this is overwhelming, just start with one post a week. Start small. Do your thing. Put yourself out there and you're going to grow and people are going to fall in love with you and what you do, and then you'll be getting all sorts of messages. But It takes time. It does.
One of the obstacles I always went through is, especially in Wisconsin when it's frickin' cold and you don't feel like setting up a tripod and you're
Oh my
like, what do
God.
I film? I don't want to film outside. I'm trying to do my job with the cattle.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like it's just so annoying. But I have found that investing in those Meta glasses,
Yeah.
they're so cool. I can
They
just
are.
click a button on my glasses and I'm filming cattle work. I could never before do that because I was always fiddling around with the camera and Aaron was always yelling you got to pay attention. I'm like, yeah, I got to freaking film too. That's part of it. And my fingers were always freezing. I never wanted to mess around with my phone. They were dirty. There's poop everywhere. Meta
No.
glasses, y'all. Meta glasses.
Glasses.
It'll change your life.
Change your life. You heard it here. Anything else on sharing your story when it seems like there's just too many goddamn people talking?
One more thing, going back to the fear of backlash that a lot of people have, is there's this one beautiful quote that I always refer back to in my head when I'm kind of self-conscious or debating whether to post something. And that is just fuck them. Just fuck them.
Right? It's a very beautiful quote. Very beautiful.
It's beautiful, and it's what I live my life by.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've always said those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Or fuck them.
Or fuck them. Just fuck them.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, I don't know, guys. You are qualified to share your story. You are enough. You can make a difference. Your story matters. Go frickin' share it. Okay? Being you builds trust. Trust builds loyalty. And loyalty supports family farms.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think we just helped you. I don't know. Did we?
I love when you say that. We just helped you.
All right, friends, believe it or not, but fly season is upon us, and I want you to be prepared. Something we have incorporated into our fly management program is Clarifly Larvicide. It's a feed additive that stops flies in their larval stage. We've been using it for years, and it is a game changer. With Clarifly Larvicide, you get more than just a fly control product. You get more support, more expertise, and more control to prevent the emergence of nuisance flies from the manure of treated cattle by as much as 96%. It is perfectly blended into your mineral supplement to become a part of what you're already doing, feeding your cattle. Get control of flies with a comprehensive program built around Clarifly Larvicide and Star Bar products. To learn more, contact your local feed dealer or visit centralflycontrol.com. Let's move on to a farm girl confession.
So this is good old fashioned Jomo. We got another
Jomo is back.
Jomo.
Gal, if you're just hopping in, I wish we need to flag all of the episodes that include a Jomo story so people can go back and listen, because if you're new around here, our friend Jomo, he's got all the stories. Mostly about shitting his pants. He is a legend.
So
the man, the myth, the legend.
This is a story about his brothers. Here we go.
So this poop story isn't about me. It's about my brother, Michael, and my other brother, David. And at the time, my brother Michael was 16. My brother David was 7 years old. My dad is a scuba diver, and he took them on a trip to the DR. Just the three of them went. So they're on vacation, and just imagine a 7-year-old sees a buffet like that for the first time at a resort. All the ice cream, all the cake, milkshakes, cookies, whatever dessert his heart desired, it was there on the buffet. And believe me, That first night, he ate it all. Garbage food, garbage food. You know the expression garbage in, garbage out. Well, in any case, what happened was the next morning, the way my brother Michael describes it, is he wakes up and the bed is soaking wet. And he's like, David, you wet the bed, dude. It's all over me. And he was so mad because he had to share a bed with his little brother. And his brother peed the bed. So he wakes up and it's all over him. And he reaches his hand under the covers. And when he pulls his hands up, he realizes it was not pee, but his brother's steamy butt juice that squirt out of his cheeks all over the sheets and onto Michael. Oh my gosh. He burst out of the bed, yelling profanities, rushed immediately into the shower, so grossed out. I'm sure, if it was me, I'd probably be puking in that shower. That was, oh my gosh, so disgusting. Little bro, he's just laughing. It's funny. He thinks it's funny. My dad was completely oblivious to all of this that was going on. He was scuba diving that morning, so I sure hope the housekeeper got a good tip that day. Oh my gosh, that is disgusting. I guess poop runs in the family. Get it? It runs.
Oh, Jomo.
Okay, this reminds me of something. For my bachelorette party, I shared a bed with my friend, and I woke up and like the comforter was sitting in the bathtub. I'm like, what happened? She's like, yeah, I puked on that. And then I felt really bad for the housekeeper. So I tried to wash it. And she said she couldn't really wash it that well. So she just placed like some money on top of the comforter and a note that said, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that. I mean, do you remember, did you ever frequent Old Country Buffet as a kid?
Yeah. Oh, that was so delicious.
My grandparents would take us there every time we visited them. Ugh, you're going to think I'm such a freak. I loved their ranch dressing. I would hit the salad bar twice. Like, I've always been such a weirdo. I love a frickin' salad. I love good ranch. So I would get my salad. Then I think I always got like the deep fried chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy. I don't know what else. And then when everybody else went to go hit the dessert bar, I'd go back and get another salad.
Do you just like ranch? Is that what?
Well, I really like vegetables with ranch. I don't know. I love a vegetable. I've always been a veggie over fruit person.
I wish I had that mindset. I would love to love a vegetable, but I just don't.
But do Old Country Buffets even exist anymore?
I don't think they do. And it saddens me because, man, that was the life.
I mean, yeah, there's no way they could have made it through 2020. They didn't make it through the pandemic.
No, I don't think so.
They're shut down for life. R.I.P. OCB. Old Country Buffet?
What's OCB?
Old Country Buffet.
Oh. My poor brain, I'm like, OCB, what is that stand for? Oh, I'm dumb. God. I'm sorry. I'm sick, okay?
I'll let it slide. I feel like, though, this is a great transition to what the hell, considering we were just talking about shitting and puking in hotels. Courtney, here's what made me go what the hell this week. Apparently, people are washing their underwear in hotel coffee pots.
I saw this on Instagram.
I'm unwell. First of all, who's not bringing enough underwear that you have to wash it?
I pack 16 pairs every time I go for like a weekend trip.
Exactly. You should have all of your underwear with you. If you don't, you wear them inside out, or you don't wear them, or you go buy more. But never, ever would I think, you know what? The coffee pot. I'm going to wash them real quick in the coffee pot.
I will never use one again after that.
Courtney, I just used one twice last week. How do you think I feel right now?
I mean, I
Not
get
great.
it. Like, I always use the hotel room coffee pot, but no longer. No
No.
longer.
And I have confirmation that this is legit. A friend of mine said her nephew used to be on the road traveling for construction or something. And he said, yeah, on the road, all us guys would wash our underwear in the coffee pot.
They make hot water in a sink, though.
Right.
That little left handle, that's hot. Like, you can just use that.
They give you soap. There's also laundromats. You know what I mean? Visit the laundromat.
Or just throw them away and go commando. Yeah. There's so many other options here.
Why do you have to ruin coffee for the rest of us?
Well, now there's an excuse to go get good coffee from a coffee shop.
100%. Ugh. Do you think the coffee pots in the hotel lobby are safe, though? Like, I should be able to get a cup of Joe from the breakfast area.
Please tell me someone's not jamming their undies in there.
Yeah. If they are, if you worked in a hotel, please don't ruin this for us, because sometimes we just need a cup of coffee in the morning. Let us have that, okay?
Yeah, I feel like we're not asking for a lot here.
God damn.
Gosh, remember when we went on the farm cruise and we came back and they lost our luggage and we were afraid that like we would have to purchase all new underwear because all of our undies were in our bags. There was nothing left at home. It was
all in there. Oh, thank God they got us our luggage pretty quick.
Yeah.
What made you go, what the hell?
Mouth sounds. I'm struggling with it over here. I know, like, and I'm saying this as I'm talking into a mic and probably smacking my lips and doing all kinds of gross things. Our editor's probably listening like, girl,
you're the worst.
You are the worst. You know how much stuff I have to edit out? But anyways, so Aaron claims that he can't help it. And okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He had extensive jaw surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is so hard for me. Like, it was triggering before, but it is 10 times worse now. Like, just the slurping while he's chewing. And it's not even like that it's annoying to me. It's beyond that. It's like
the ick.
It's painful. Like, I die inside. It makes me want to shrivel up. So I'm asking y'all, how are we getting through this? There's a actual name for it because it's so common. Like, a lot of people have this, and it's called misophonia, something like that.
Okay. Well, I too have misophonia. I hate to hear people chew. So there is always, I hate to hear people chew and I hate to hear people breathe. So I always have music on. I sleep with a fan on. I can't sit next to you if you're eating. Like, I just can't. I have to almost be in the other room.
Yeah, not enough people talk about this because you want to be like present with your family at supper time, eating a meal, sharing a meal together. But I cannot sound. And my poor daughter, my oldest daughter, has inherited this as well. And so she's constantly yelling at the youngest for chewing with her mouth open. And I'm constantly yelling at my husband. And it's like, do we have to have 2 separate meals or what?
So another weird sound, and I feel bad bashing on my daughter, but she does this where, like, if she's enjoying something, she, like, while she's chewing, there's little in there. But there's so many of them that it kind of drives me nuts. Like, it's just another really annoying noise. And I'm like, knock it off. Just chew normal. Like, why are you in there? Like, stop it.
Yes.
Or Tom, when he starts to fall asleep on the couch, like, his head will go back and then his mouth goes open. So when he starts to fall asleep, it's this, like, okay, that's a little excessive, but like do you hear that? And I'm like, I can't fucking watch a TV show without you ruining it for me.
Yes. So when Aaron is like starting to fall asleep and starts snoring, it's not like a regular snoring, but it's like a
Yeah.
pop,
They're yeah. Their mouth goes open. They're about to start mouth breathing and snoring all over us.
Yeah, and it's repetitive though.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even make the sound, but it's such a weird snoring sound too. I'm like, can you at least snore like a normal person?
Yeah. Gosh. We have it rough, Courtney. It is tough to be us.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so grateful and thankful, obviously, that he's alive and well, but this is triggering for me and I can't help it. Maybe I need therapy. I don't know.
No, we're all annoyed with the people we live with.
Yeah.
It's all right. Oh, shall we move on to what you ought to know?
Yes.
All right. What I think everyone ought to know is you got to have one-on-one time with your kids. We have twins, and I just feel bad. The twins are together all the time. I mean, at home, we go to a really small school, so there's only one class of second graders. Not only are they in the same class, they have to sit at the same table. They just can't escape each other. And I had to speak last week 3 hours away, and normally I just go by myself. Tom takes care of the kids. But I was like, maybe I should take Sage with me. We could go the night before. We'll go to the hotel, get room service, and then she'll just have to listen to me speak. And I was like, I think it'll be fine, just minus the 3-hour car ride. She's a terrible traveler. But I brought it up to her. I told her about the car ride, and she was stoked. And she was so excited to come. And we did have the best time. We lived out our Kevin McAllister dreams with the bathrobes in the hotel room and ordering room service and watching Netflix. She told me, Mom, this is the best vacation ever. I'm away from my brother. And she says, I wish me and you could live in a house together and Dad and Lane could live in a house together. That would be so much better.
I love her.
It was just so nice because it's crazy how different kids can be when they aren't competing with their sibling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How is it in your household?
I should probably take them on separate little mommy-daughter dates.
Yeah.
That was such a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about taking my oldest to yoga because I think that she would really enjoy that. So that's the plan, is the next time I go to yoga, I'll bring her. And we'll have ourselves a little date.
I think it makes them feel special. It allows them to truly shine and be themselves. It gives you the opportunity to create inside jokes and stories with just one kid. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do more of it. Lane's he's like, well, when do I get to go with you? And I don't really have any in the near future that work. But have you seen those? I want to take him to a rage room where you put on goggles and stuff and just break shit. I feel like he would love that.
That would be fun. That's a good idea for him.
I got to find one. I don't know if they're everywhere. I feel like they're becoming more popular. Is it going to be throwing axes where they're on every corner of every town? I don't know. So, anyways, that's what I want you people to know. Courtney, what do you want everyone to know?
I want everyone to know that Annaliese and I have bit the bullet and created a FeetFinder account, which the name shall remain confidential. We're not going to share that because we don't want this connected to us.
But we're doing this for you, guys. So many of you have asked, what's the deal? Is anybody making money? We said we got to get boots on the ground. Well, our feet are on the ground. We're snapping pics, and we're going to get to the bottom of this.
We're about to launch our page. We paid the subscription. Now it's just, creating our portfolio. And
sharing our story.
Yes. I told Aaron the other day, I started saying okay, Annaliese and I have started on this new venture. And I kind of paused and he's like, you guys are selling your feet pics online? And I was like, how did you know? I have not told him.
We've talked about it enough. Well, didn't you see? He probably listened to the podcast. He's been secretly listening.
He has been listening and he pretends like he doesn't. but I know he's in his shop listening to us.
Yep. Because we're hilarious. Everybody loves us. Everybody should listen. Share this podcast with a friend.
So there you have it, folks. I will keep you posted on how much money we're going to make.
I know.
I'm going to be so disappointed when people don't like my feet, but they want your feet.
Oh, Courtney, there's no way in hell. That's why I haven't taken a picture yet, because I'm trying to make these little piggies look presentable. And I don't know what to do with them. They never look great.
I was at home, like, lathering them up with tallow, and they just, like, looked like I dumped, like, a bunch of oily lube on them. And I'm like, what is my life? I'm sitting at home, like, taking pictures of my lubed up feet.
You're going to have a whole foot portfolio in your phone.
Yeah, I really can't, like, hand my phone to anyone and be like, look at this picture, because if they scroll one way too quickly, then they might just see a foot pic, and I'm going to have to explain myself.
I know we're not disclosing our handle, but I will tell you our handle for FeetFinder does incorporate being farm girls. So in an effort to relate this all back to today's topic of sharing your story, even when there's too many voices or maybe too many feet, do it. Because, Courtney, what if somebody comes for our feet and then they find out we're farmers and we teach them something about agriculture? Man, that would be pretty cool, you know? Full circle moment. So, yeah, just one more way you can share your story too, guys. You know, we talked about there's so many ways to do it. If you have really beautiful feet, consider this.
You don't? Like us?
Don't. Oh my God. Okay, let's get out of here.
All right.
People got things to do. They've got to go share their stories now.
Okay. Goodbye, friends. Thanks for listening.
Have a day. Bye. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you had as much fun as we did, would you do us a favor and share this episode with a friend?
Speaking of friends, can we all be friends over on the Instagram? You can find me at @ModFarmChick.
And me at Mrs. Green Pastures Cattle.
See you next week, guys.